train a cat? Cats train and learn differently to dogs, but yes, they're extremely trainable. They just learn differently. Cats are already learning from us every day. It's just that us training them, makes it intentional. Why train a cat? Well, it builds trust and certainly strengthens the human-cat bond. It reduces stress and boredom, and it can really help prevent behavioural issues. It makes everyday life easier, from vet visits, carrier training, going into the carrier, and even medicating. But let's look at how the basics of cats learn. Cats don't respond to anything negative. Why would they? They respond to positive reinforcement. So when they do something that we want, we quickly respond with a treat or praise or affection. We basically reward more of what we want to see more of. And timing and consistency matters so much more than just simply telling them off. So we reward for good behaviour and we just ignore the bad. And cats respond best to a very, very short training session, maybe up to a minute, 30 to 60 seconds, that's all. But make it fun. So what are some everyday training examples? They don't have to be doing high five and waving in the first instance. But looking at some everyday examples would be, get your cat to see that their carrier is a fun and safe place to be. It's not just a scary box that only comes out when they go to those vet visits that they really don't like. Target training, we could teach them how to touch a certain area that we want to, and then we would reward them. And those communication buttons are a great example of this as well. Recall training, you never know when you're going to need that all-important recall. People always think about training a dog for recall because they see it's really important, but it's equally as important for a cat. Whether you've got it outside free roaming or you want to get it away from a dangerous incident in the home, or you want to get your cat to safety, recall is so important, and it should be one of the basics that you start with a kitten. But you can start training your cat at any age, because unlike, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, you can definitely teach a cat a trick at any time in their life. But some common mistakes to avoid are, as I've already mentioned, punishment. You don't want to be telling them off. It just damages the trust, and it just teaches them that you are a person to fear. And if you expect dog results, then you're on a losing battle straight away, because cats learn differently, so they're going to learn in small stages. Therefore, they need much, much slower steps. Break those steps right down. Overtraining them, so you could perhaps do longer sessions, and that is going to lose the cat's interest, and then they're not going to see it as fun. And why would they want to do it? They're not actually enjoying it, and they're not getting anything out of it. It does have some unexpected benefits as well. It helps nervous or anxious cats feel more secure. It improves tension in multi-cat homes and improves harmony. But best of all, it engages their natural instincts and their instinctive problem-solving nature. So anyone can train a cat. Start small and make it really positive. And remember, training is about teamwork. It's certainly not about control. And there's different training tools that you can use. There's a clicker. You perhaps would have seen these with dogs. If you haven't got a clicker, or you're thinking, well, I'm not always going to have a clicker with me, you've got your fingers. You need some positive rewards, but think about what you want to set your goal to be. If you just want to make your carrier more cat friendly, then work to that. You can start off by using a mat, which is the safe place. So every time the cat comes onto the mat, you would give the cat a treat. If you're using a clicker, you would click and then reward with a treat straight away. So the cat responds to the noise and thinks, oh, that click means something good is going to happen next. And it's happened because I've sat on this blanket thing that's on the worktop. So you can use the safe place, let's call it the mat. You can use this for all sorts of things. If you're actually going to then want to get your cat into the carrier, you can start moving the mat closer and closer towards the carrier, and then eventually in it. So the cat doesn't see a carrier, the cat sees its safe place. But as long as you do this in small steps, break it down, keep the sessions really, really short but predictable, there's always a treat and a reward. There's always a positive outcome for the cats. And the communication buttons. Well, these aren't just for dogs. Cats can use these too. And it's obviously not going to happen instantly that your cat touches the button. It doesn't work like that. Initially, try putting a treat on the button and then try pointing to the button. When the cat touches the button, you give them a treat straight away. So putting the treat on there first actually increases the cat's awareness and indicates to the cat that this is something that's positive and it's going to deliver a positive reward for them. Once the cat is, even the paw just goes very, very close by, you reward that straight away, whether it's by using the clicker or whether it's this or whether it's just praise, well done, and then deposit a treat. And then eventually you then start to extinguish the amount of time that a cat will get a reward for touching the button. The cat will then probably start to put more pressure on the button. You could even put a Tupperware container or a glass see-through bowl on top of this and then do the same thing. So the cat's getting more pressure, the cat's getting used to perching on the bowl, and then take the bowl away eventually and the cat will then just perch on this. There's lots of different ways you can approach just something as simple as the communication button. I'm not saying that the cats actually know what they're pressing, what it means, but they certainly do know that by doing a certain function that they'll get a reward, and that's what it's all about. It's about that line of communication. So I'll be doing some more videos soon. I work with Hugo, I train him regularly. Hugo can sit, he can shake a paw, high five, he can wave, he can play dead, and of course he can use the buttons. So over the next few videos over the coming weeks, I'll be breaking these down for you so that you can actually see how you can train a cat to do fun things